Saturday Morning Samoflange. I'm Matt. Movie list. So
hi folks, I'm Benjamin.
We didn't do this at the beginning of the year, but
we did.
It's been tradition to do our best, our most anticipated movies of 2022.
Yeah, and at this point, with COVID running the way it is, we might not get any of these movies until 2023. So it's fine if we didn't do it at the beginning of the year.
Are you ready?
We've got time.
Are you ready?
Am I ready for what?
How much crossover?
Oh, at least one.
At least one.
At least
okay,
one.
Are
you gonna go 2 or 3?
I'm gonna go 0.
I'm gonna say 1.
I'm gonna be bold. You're gonna be 1. Well, all you need is 1.
Yes,
you went high. I went low. We could have 1.
I'm going brave.
I don't think we would have 2.
Happy New Year, by the way. I haven't seen you.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Yeah,
Happy New Year.
Great.
It has been.
We got to watch The Grinch for Christmas.
I know.
That was a weird New Year's lull. And then I had work stuff.
And, I didn't... We usually do a wrap-up for 2021 of movies we watched in theaters. Right. But I only saw 3.
Yeah, and we didn't...
And one of them was not good.
So one of them was not good? Only one?
Yeah, only one was... I mean, I watched Spider-Man...
I feel like every movie I watched...
the Spider-Man one, which was the best one I've seen. Did you see Spider-Man, the new one?
That didn't come out last year, did it?
Yeah, it came out last year.
Was it in December?
It came out in December, yeah.
Gosh.
Okay, that was a good one.
Yeah, it was good.
And then I saw Ghostbusters last year, and...
I never even got to see it.
It was good. Megan enjoyed it more than Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And that was my second. Then
I think was on my list of top movies last year that I wanted to see, and...
didn't get to see it.
No one wanted to go with me because you don't call me during these things.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
All my good movie buddies have left.
I'm sorry.
No, honestly, Ghostbusters was around Thanksgiving, Halloween, right? And it was,
no. We saw it.
It was around Halloween.
I know, but we saw it a few weeks ago. We saw it around Christmas break because she was off, I was off, and the girls were in school, daycare. And I was like, well, now's the time. Let's do a matinee. So we went and did a matinee for her to have, because she had that day off, whatever day it was.
Well, just before we started recording, I was just complaining to you about work and how my team is spread so thin. So when any sort of emergency happens, like we're just
right.
There is no.
You gotta help.
You gotta be there.
You gotta
else to do it.
That's right. You gotta be there.
It's nightmarish.
And then the third movie I saw, which was not really that good, is Quiet Place 2.
Yeah,
last year.
I was a little disappointed with it. I think only because I enjoyed the first one so much and really had a fun time with the first one.
I did. I loved the first one.
Yeah.
But the second one was just more of the same.
It
didn't advance. Yeah, it wasn't as good.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It kind of felt like...
it was like a bunch of deleted scenes that they couldn't fit in the first movie.
That's exactly right.
I said, let's do we thought some more scenes we can put together for being quiet.
That's exactly right.
Okay, let's do that then. Even though we found a place to beat, we can fight back. Let's not talk about that.
It was an unnecessary part 2.
It was an unnecessary part 2,
I like the deleted scenes analogy. It really didn't... I could have been fine without it.
Yeah, could have been fine without it.
I did enjoy the first one. I like the concept of it all, but it was great.
Okay. Are you ready to laugh?
Let me see if I can sort these.
My list is 2, 3, 4, 5. I have. You sort yours, and I'll give.
Sort mine.
I'll give number 5.
Go right ahead.
You're never gonna get this one.
Okay.
I'm dead serious.
I believe you. I probably have never even heard of it.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Why in the world is Puss in Boots: The Last Wish on your list of top 5 most anticipated movies?
Remember the first Puss in Boots movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Grand, magnificent.
Megan loved it. I love when he was in the bar. He has the bowl of milk, the mug of milk, and he goes.
We're not talking about
stuff like that.
He was introduced in Shrek, right?
Yeah. But he got his own spin-off a few years back. It was a long time ago.
I ever saw the Puss in Boots movie.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. He got the movie.
He was a big success in Shrek.
My wife saw it twice in theaters.
Okay.
She loved it so much. She saw it with her mom, and they couldn't stop laughing.
Fantastic.
It's funny. But I can't remember. Netflix. It was Netflix now. Netflix did a Puss in Boots TV series that takes off. And it was pretty good. Okay. And I watched it just because I watched, All Hail King Julian. I remember I told you about that. That show is ingenious. It's a prequel to Madagascar.
Okay.
And it's probably the best thing I've ever seen. It's got that corny, ridiculous humor. It's silly for kids, but adults will get it. And they go back and talk, and they keep. There's joke after joke after joke, and sometimes there's a running gag through the entire series. And I don't know. I was like, how would a child remember this? Or they make a little joke that adults would laugh at every once in a while, but it's kiddie enough.
Sure.
And I'm like, interesting. And it was a really good. I told you about this because this is the one where I had the all hail King Julian. This is where I talked about the snake who's living in a cave. And I just think every time he says cave, his voice goes up and lightning strikes. And I don't know, it's just stupid, and it was funny. And then I watched Puss in Boots. I was like, well, let's see this one is. And that one was good. Not as good as All Hail King Julian, but still good enough, and it tells a good story.
All right.
And it's all in continuity with the movies, which I thought was neat. And the first movie was enjoyable. And when I saw this, I told Megan, she was so excited. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I'll watch this because it's Antonio Banderas, of course. And
I like the automatic accent that kicks in.
I know it's so funny. It's so funny. So it's gonna be a fun. I didn't even think when I was making a top 5 this would be on it. Yeah, but I look at all these other movies. I'm like, no, I think I am kind of excited about that because I enjoyed the TV show too. The TV show had a lot of laughs too. So I don't know. It was fun. But
I'm starting to realize why you chose Zero.
I chose Zero. Yeah,
crossover.
I knew that one wouldn't be on there. But anyway, go for it. What's number 5?
This is tough to sort my number 5 and 6, I guess. So
okay. Do you have an honorable mention you need to do?
Honorable mention would be number 6, only because it's a caveat. Because I would not be interested in this movie at all if it weren't for you and Megan, which is Halloween Ends.
Oh, that is nowhere near mine.
Nowhere near your list. I know.
Nowhere near. It would be Megan's probably number 1.
You think her number 1 is going to be Halloween?
I think she's really into those Halloweens.
I mean,
I can't think.
But see,
Hold on.
The latest Halloween movie just came out, and neither Megan nor I went to see it.
I know, but I still think that would be her number 1. I have one on here that she'd probably want to see.
Okay.
She'd watch 2 of them. Well, she'd watch them all with me because she loves popcorn movies. But
sure.
One that she'd be excited. I don't know. Puss in Boots would probably be on there, but it would be probably 5 for her too. But there's like a few others that maybe she'd put on the list. I don't know. We'll have to ask her.
Halloween Ends would be up there though.
I know Halloween Ends would be on there.
The reason I put it on there only is because of y'all and just the fact that when I first moved back to the area in that first October I was here and we watched all of them like every night for a couple of weeks and however many of them there were. And then right after that, the Halloween movie that we hadn't seen, which was Where We Were in the series, came back in the Comeback Classics movie and was so like, well, this is perfect. And so, you know, in the pre-COVID days when everything was wonderful at the movie theater again. And that was just such a fun time to be able to go with her to see that movie. And just have it be.
She had fun too.
So that's one I'm actually looking forward to. Okay. I would call it an honorable mention because I don't know if I would want to see it without
without Megan
and because a lot of horror movies, to be honest, horror and thriller movies, I don't want to watch ever.
Yeah, you're not a horror guy. Yeah,
no, not at all. But I enjoy watching them with groups.
With the right group, they're fun,
and with big groups. Like that's why I like going to the movie theater to see horror movies because a lot of people react to fear. We've talked about this differently, you know, how everybody has their different fear reactions. And Megan's like, if she was faced with Michael Myers, then she would just fall down and she's like, all right, just kill me because there's no point running. And, you know, and that her fear reaction is to freeze. And other people just can't control it. And they're in the movie theater and, you know, people start screaming obscenities or they just get upset.
Oh, it's great.
And then they start yelling and throwing popcorn at each other.
It's great. That's what you love about it.
That's what I liked about it.
That's what you love about it.
That was what I liked about the Spider-Man movies. And I found out that, or the newest Spider-Man movie, you know, spoiler alert for Spider-Man kind of thing if you haven't seen it yet, is the big moment that they had, the big reveal. Apparently, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield actually went to a movie theater on the premiere night and snuck in and to watch.
With masks and hats and no one knew it was them.
Hats, right, the masks on their faces and no one knew it was them. And there's a YouTube video that I've meant to watch, which is audience reactions to them coming on screen. Because it was, I saw it twice at the movie theater, and
That's good.
it was very palpable. Like both times, it was a palpable experience, and that you cannot get at home or without a group. You have to have a group of people to do that.
That's true.
It was fantastic.
That's true. All right.
So that's the reason I look forward to Halloween Ends.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good pick. All right, my number 4. Boy, these are kind of pathetic, but this is another one that I know Megan will go with me in a heartbeat. Jackass Forever.
No way.
Yes.
No way.
Of course, my time is come and gone when Jackass was around. But I just thought it was funny. Well, I mean, kids were all
too old to do it.
We're too old to do it now, but they're too old too, is the funny thing.
Yeah.
And so they're going to be doing a lot of things and hurting themselves. And I was like, this is going to be, they were always close to my age, a few years, about 5 years older.
Right.
I think the whole cast about 5 years older than me, or 6 or whatever, And, but the thing is though, it was always fun to watch them, do the things they do. And I'll be honest, was it Bad Grandpa? What was the Johnny Knoxville movie / Jackass type movie? Megan and I love that movie.
Wow.
And I can't believe Megan loved the movie because some of the jokes are dirty.
Right.
But she cried just about as hard as I did at times.
What?
I mean, there was just some funny parts that are really dumb. The old man gets his nuts stuck in the Coke machine. That's just... don't ask.
Why? Why is that funny?
I know. I don't know.
Is it because you grew up with brothers?
I guess so. No, it's because I was a jackass too.
Oh, okay.
But he sharts in the restaurant up against the wall, and they get the people's real reactions to it. And it's just, I don't know. Megan, I just couldn't.
So is it the candid nature of it?
Maybe so. I don't know. But it's just like, just the silliness of it. And it's just it is a Jackass movie tied with a very loose storyline. They threaded a story through all these gags.
I got you.
Is what they did.
Okay.
But funny. And then so Jackass Forever is like, look, let's just drop this. Let's just call it Jackass, please. Let's just do the dumb skits. Let's not have a story around it. I'm like, okay, great.
Is that what this is?
That's exactly what this is.
It's just a variety show.
They're coming back. They're doing stupid stunts again for one time only or whatnot because they're getting old. But before they break any serious bones anymore, they're going to do it one more time. And it looks like they're not going light either. They're going heavy on the bumps and everything. And I know Megan's going to want to see this and she's going to laugh. And this is not like Megan to like something like Jackass. This is usually something she does not like.
I'm surprised.
But she does love this.
Wow.
This is one thing. So I'm looking forward to that.
Right, don't call me.
That's not what on your list. Okay, what is number 4?
Number 4 on my list, or maybe number 5, whatever, is Black Adam with the DC and The Rock being a superhero. Because I want Marvel to have competition, A.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
B, I want at least one DC movie to be very successful and to give them a run for their money kind of thing.
Right.
See, have you seen the pictures?
No, I haven't. See, that's the thing.
Working out for this movie?
No, I've seen him working out for it, getting big muscles and, drinking the steroids.
He's
he's muscles on top of muscles.
He's inhuman looking right now.
Yeah, he is. He really is.
I don't know. I honestly want to see this movie because he is so ripped. Like, are they going to be able to show it off even on screen? Like, I'm sure they'll find a way. But how are they going to find a way? That's what I'm curious.
I know. He's very pumped up.
You can't have a man like that. But no CG needed.
But they haven't. No CG needed. But they haven't shown any pictures, right?
There may have been a couple.
I don't think there's any advertisements. I mean,
no, just his Instagram.
So that's just him showing off his working out.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, that's enough. That's not enough to get me excited for the movie, which is why it's not on my top 5.
That makes sense. And I don't really know much about Black Adam, the character, and anything else. I just really, it's a hope. I think it's on the list because I hope that it is good, and I will see it because I really hope it's good.
Yeah.
Because I'm that I'm a huge proponent of practical effects whenever possible.
Oh, yes. That's what makes it best.
I hated The Eternals, and I just watched Shang-Chi. Did you see Shang-Chi Legends of the Ten Rings?
It's a good thing The Eternals got made, so Shang-Chi doesn't look as bad.
Look, it's just a cartoon for the last third.
It's terrible.
It's awful. I hated it. And you know what? If you took away my dislike of CG, ultra CG in every scene, like when I'm looking at a screen and I'm thinking to myself, nothing I'm looking at is real right now.
Right.
Some dude just made this on a computer somewhere, or some team of dudes made this and chicks made it up. And there's no acting going on. And I'm an actor.
Yeah.
I like seeing acting.
Yeah.
I turn off subtitles because they distract me from the acting that's going on.
Yeah.
CG movies don't do that for me.
When Ben Kingsley steals the show.
Oh my gosh. And he's one of the greatest thespians of all time. And he felt like such a waste. And he had a great moment or two.
When he came in, you're like happy for
Yeah,
a moment.
exactly.
You're like, this is great. This is so much. I forgot this movie could be fun.
He crushed it for about 30 seconds. He did great. And then,
when he's on the screen, and then he's gone,
useless.
And someone turned off the light and went, "Oh, okay, so now we have to sit through the rest of this."
Exactly.
It's funny because the whole time I kept, and I talked about this earlier with on another prior podcast, Prince of the Universe with Josh, with Shang-Chi. Good fight scenes at the beginning. It was kind of nice. It was nice. I was like, "Oh, this is nice."
I was excited,
and so I was like, "This looks pretty good." I don't know what all the hate was about.
I didn't either.
And then, boy, his best friend, the girl, not funny at all.
What?
Annoying.
Who?
Annoying. That's her funny thing.
Whatever.
She was horrible. Everything was terrible. Ben Kingsley comes, and then I start laughing because I'm laughing now. I'm enjoying it for a little while,
right.
And then he hops along in the ride. Then he's gone. Then he gets that 1-2 second camera. We're playing dead. That's great.
Yeah.
Play dead. He's an actor. I love this.
Yep.
Okay, too bad it couldn't be about him.
Yeah.
Because that movie, after that, you're like, oh. Yeah. So now I see. I thought it was going to be an okay movie.
Yeah.
Saw Ben Kingsley, loved it,
like, hey,
and then when he was gone, realized I don't care about these people.
No, you're right. And he shows up at the beginning of Act 3 of the movie, basically, and then from that point,
but just for a little bit,
just for not even 5 minutes, not even total screen time, probably.
And it's sad. And you could tell they only had a day to film with him, I guess.
Clearly, and I love him and everything he's ever done. Like I'm talking.
No, he was found in this
old Shakespeare stuff, like all his old movies and everything.
But
man, he was not enough to save that third act.
I am right now bored. 50 minutes into Eternals. I don't care.
So hard to get. No, that was my prevailing thought through the entire movie. I don't care.
I don't care.
Every shot is like positioned, and the music.
Every character. I don't care about what you're going through.
They look at each other so deeply and intently, and we're like, and. Like, live your life. You've already had how many thousands of years?
I don't know.
Why is everything so deep and mysterious?
I feel like I'm on season 7 of a CW show,
bro,
and I've missed so much.
My heart bursts with agreement right now. I am so excited. I got a little flutter.
There you go.
Hearing someone finally articulate exactly how I feel about that. Because
I haven't watched it all yet.
With CW shows, whenever if you have a modicum of acting talent, that's fine. If you are very pretty, the casting director says you're in.
You're in.
CW is basically for really pretty people who can kind of act.
Soft music,
gentle,
high tension.
Oh yeah, big emotion.
Right. I don't want to lose my memory.
Yeah.
I will kill her if it comes to that.
Yeah, lots of that.
I love her, but I can't tell her.
The prerequisite.
I lost my best friend.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Prerequisite though. That's Hallmark Channel is what you just did, but Hallmark Channel. Plus, pretty is CW, I think, or I don't know. Hallmark too.
Hallmark Channel.
we need to do a top.
We'll do something about Eternals after I'm done.
TV
after I'm done with it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eternals is just it doesn't.
Anyway,
that feeling you have of I don't care never ends.
I have a feeling
you just got to get yourself strapped in for 2 more hours. You said you're 50.
I'm doing this for a Prince of the Universe podcast, and I'm hating myself. I know.
Look, you got another 2 hours.
Everything is 2 hours long. Jeez. I was like, okay. So anyway, my number 3.
Jeez. Okay, I'm glad we went there.
My number 3. You don't like horror movies. This is the only one I have on the list.
Okay.
It is Scream 5.
Scream 5 I can get behind because of the original Scream and the second one, but the original I loved it. I saw the original in the flashback movie theater a couple years ago.
Yeah, the Scream is a fun one.
Yeah.
And all three. Three went super
It
goofy,
changed the genre.
but it was. Oh no, it did.
It was genre changing.
And supposedly 4 came out because 4 was supposed to be a trilogy, but then Wes Craven passed away before they could get around to doing 5. They've decided to go ahead.
It was supposed to be a trilogy.
It was supposed to be 4, 5, and 6.
Wow. All right.
But so everything got put on hiatus or whatever, and maybe shelved completely. But no, everyone's coming back because they thought without Wes, we're not going to do this.
And yet, here comes everybody else.
Money talks, and so now we're back. And so 4 wasn't bad. 4 wasn't bad. It was supposed to talk about the new things he sees, the tropes he sees with scary movies today.
Oh.
And I'm sure he's improved upon that with 5. I'm looking forward to it, but to be honest, not to be not to be a Debbie Downer, but I do think one of the big stars has to die.
You got to.
You got to do something at this point to spice it up a little bit.
Yeah, so, you have to. I don't think you can possibly keep them all.
Yeah.
After
because they've been around for a while.
Like and even the Halloween movies we watched, like somebody's got to die.
Someone you're supposed to care about supposed to die. And not to say they have to do it this way, but in Scream 2, that was when the last main character died, Jamie Kennedy's character, which I thought was excellent because no one saw it coming. When that's the one where he's on campus, the Scream guy jumps out of the van and takes him in. You're
I've
like,
seen
whoa!
Scream 2 exactly once.
Oh, okay. No?
When it came out.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it wasn't enough for me to like, this is great. Like Scream 1 I've seen probably a dozen times.
I enjoy it because they played off the trope about, did you hear the person that died at the movie theater watching Scream? And they did that trope in the movie. And I was like, how bold to do that. Because that was a big rumor that had happened. And they played it on the TV. And I was like, that is great. Yeah. And they did a little bit more. They had a few more twists that I enjoyed enough for me to keep me interested in 3, which was fun. It did get a little jokey, but at that point it had to be because they're all saying, "How can this happen 3 times?" And that's funny. But wait till you see 4 and 5 now. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen. I mean, they kind of killed off a character in 3, kind of. I mean, he was a character, but not one of the main characters. But not that someone has to die every movie, but I really hope they do something like that. But either way, that's number 3, strong number 3. Hope to see that soon. All right, so what is your numero 3, or wherever you're at?
Numero 3. This would be my 4, I guess.
Okay.
So sticking with DC, I went with Black Adam. I'm gonna go with Batman as number 4.
Okay, that was an honorable mention for me
because we're talking about we got a new Batman. And you know what? I'm going to go see it.
I'm going to go see it.
No matter what.
Yeah.
I don't care who Batman is.
Yeah.
Because I think Michael Keaton was my first movie Batman. No, I think most everybody's,
a lot of people,
right?
Yeah.
And then we got, Keaton retired, and then who was it? Affleck?
Right? It was Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer first.
Greg Clooney.
Yeah, George Clooney.
George Clooney. And then it was... No, then it was what's his face from Christopher Nolan's movies.
Oh,
I forgot his Christian Bale, and now Ben Affleck.
Okay.
Which to be fair, I mean George Clooney is the only one I've hated. I've enjoyed all the Batman.
Okay.
No. I didn't like Christian Bale's Batman either. Pardon me. Didn't like Christian Bale. Didn't like George Clooney.
Like his Batman, or you didn't like the story?
Didn't like his Batman nor his Bruce Wayne.
Wow. Okay.
Both of their Bruce Waynes are assholes.
I think you can get one or the other.
And both of their Batmans are just dumb. I mean, Batman's still an asshole.
I mean, I know you've got strong opinions about Batman.
But Val Kilmer, I thought, did a fantastic job.
That was where I was going, is that Val Kilmer at the time, like, we were thinking, who? Iceman?
He can't be. Yeah.
As Batman? There's no way. And then he surprised all of us.
And
then even George Clooney, who was, who? The guy from ER, like the pretty boy, and I thought he didn't do too bad. Like I didn't hate it for him. I didn't hate his Batman. I think I hated the movie. Like it was.
I hated the movie, but I hated everything about
it. But it was fine. Like I've been pleasantly surprised. I was like, Ben Affleck, really?
Ben Affleck, I've enjoyed,
and I was really impressed.
I was impressed by Ben Affleck.
Christian Bale, I didn't know really from anything else. I knew his work from Empire of the Sun when he was a little kid, and then
he had starred in Terminator Salvation, which I thought was really good. So I thought it was a
I
good
didn't see
pick.
that. And then he did The Machinist, which was incredible and we watched The Machinist just because
Saw
we
that.
found out about how he had gone down
Lost all that
from
weight.
like 50 pounds up
Yeah.
to Batman right after that,
Yeah.
which is just like, wow. Just from an acting standpoint, like
Yeah.
that's just
Dedication.
phenomenal, the dedication that he's got for that. So that all of that said,
Okay.
what is his name? Pattinson?
Yeah, Robert Pattinson.
Like, okay, fine. The Twilight guy, whatever. Go ahead.
I know. He's still got he'll always be known as the Twilight guy. He's hoping to be known as Batman. So let's see how he does. I love the Riddler.
Cheers to him.
I just hope he's done. I just hope it's done right.
I hope it's done right, and that's why it's probably on my top. That's why it's my number 4. It's just because Batman is such a fun character, and if it is done right, it can be a very good movie.
Okay, we'll go ahead and go to number 3 then.
Number 3 would be Thor. Switching to
wow,
Thor: Love and Thunder.
Again, nothing I know about that movie, so I held off on it.
Here's what
I enjoyed Thor.
Which ones?
The all of them actually.
So the first Thor and the second Thor, I believe, were kind of duds for me, and I kind of watched them and forgot them. And like, my dad was a bit disappointed. My dad's favorite superhero is Thor.
Oh, really?
Hands down,
wow,
all time, without question.
I thought the first one was done really well.
Well, yeah, Superman maybe right up there with Thor for him. But for me, it's Superman. But anyway, Thor is like they're forgettable. Fine additions to whatever the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And then Thor Ragnarok came out, and that was when they made him funny.
Yeah.
And then, what's his name? Taika Waititi?
Yeah. They said, hey, you know what? We can do Guardians of the Galaxy with Thor.
Let's do Guardians of the Galaxy with Thor. And it was a huge success. And I saw Thor probably 4 times in the movie theater just because I was having so much fun, like just introducing it to other people.
Yeah.
Like I was excited. It's like, really? You haven't seen that yet? Come on, let's go.
Is he doing the 4th one?
I want to say yes.
Okay.
And that they're sticking with a funny theme with it.
Yeah.
And and the fact that Natalie Portman's coming back and you're going to try to add some new stuff into it and everything else. Here's my fear is just that since Phase 4 began of the MCU, it has all been the Eternals. Like, we are so important. And the hubris of Marvel is dripping from the screen.
Oh, yeah, it's really bad.
They feel like
they can throw crap on the screen and you'll come see it now.
You'll come see it. Not just you will come see it, but look at how important we already are before you know anything about these characters. And look at how much they're going to love this.
They're living off the exhaust of previous characters already established.
Really. Because I thought to myself, like, God, all of these movies, have they all been this bad? Like, really? And I went back and I recently rewatched some of the ones because Disney Plus being as great as and that kind of thing. It's got them all right there stockpiled, and so I started with the beginning. And you know what? Iron Man is still to this day a fantastic.
It's solid.
Solid film.
Solid.
Downey Jr. crushes it.
Like, yes, he does.
Really, really kills it as an actor. Every scene he's in just crushes it. Mm-hmm. And then but even the cinematography, the directing, everything about the movie it's just a good movie. Forget the Marvel part of it. It's
and then you flash forward to some of the latest ones they had in Phase 3,
Black Widow, and you're like, what?
Phase 4, yeah, it's horrible.
Horrible. The Eternals was like, what is that? And what am I watching? And then I felt the same thing with Shang-Chi. Yeah. And I was just like, oh my,
striking out at the plate.
Like, have I been looking at all of Marvel with rose-colored glasses? But no, there are a few really good ones in the lineup in the category. But
have you watched any of the TV shows?
I have. I just finished Hawkeye.
Oh, that was good.
And it was okay. It has moments, moments. I enjoyed Loki a little more than I thought I would.
Loki's my favorite.
It was okay. Like, it had a lot of drag.
I love how Owen Wilson is drinking a Josta and they don't mention it. No, yeah, Josta, and they don't mention it for like 3 episodes that he's drinking Josta. They don't even explain why they have Josta in there. It's such an odd reference, and I love it.
Don't do it. Don't explain it.
No, it's great.
Me. And I did. Owen Wilson was probably my favorite part of that show altogether.
Oh, wow.
So
yeah, he was great. I think the entire cast. It's wild that you have Loki, who really could outshadow everyone, but yet it felt like everyone was on an even playing field for me, and I enjoyed all the characters.
Because of the characters and the way they were written?
I thought they were done well. I thought they were portrayed well. I thought the acting was good.
Actors were atrocious.
Wow.
And that's why, like, you put Owen Wilson in the room, it's like, of course he's going to outshine everybody else, because these people suck.
The only bad one for me was Winter Soldier Falcon. It was
Winter Soldier Falcon. Oh, the TV show?
TV show. It was just,
Falcon Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Okay.
Whatever
Whatever it was. Whatever it was.
I never finished it.
Yeah. No, there's no need. There's no purpose to.
And I've heard that a lot.
There's no purpose to. WandaVision's fun.
WandaVision, however, is my favorite. That one
that's a good
blew
one.
me away.
That's a good one.
Like once I got past episode 3, because I was texting our good friend Taylor Yakowenko, and she's obsessed with WandaVision.
Oh, it's great.
She's got the whole thing memorized.
It's great.
She's got 4 or 5 costumes ready to go and
That's
cosplay
awesome.
at a drop of a hat.
I miss her.
And she's amazing. And she encouraged me. I was like, okay, hey Taylor, this is episode 3. Am I really gonna keep watching this? This is kind of this is dragging a little bit, and I'm not interested. And she's like, Benjamin, we will no longer be friends if you don't finish.
Whoa!
It was just like
there you go.
Heavy hitting.
You sit down, you watch that,
and then it was like after episode 4, I texted her back. I was like, okay, I see what you're talking about.
See, with me,
and then it was like the next day, I had finished already through episode 10 or 8 or whatever the finishing was. And I was like, oh my god! Just the way it ended was magnificent.
I was more like Taylor. I saw the first 2 episodes, like, this is great.
Yeah.
And Megan was so confused. I said, I think because I'd read the comic books and I had an idea where they were going with it, and I was like, I love the idea, and so that's a really good one too. But all right, so my number 2, it's no surprise to anyone who knows this. Me and my brother will be going to see it, guaranteed. They've already started the next movie. I found out they're already filming it because Mission Impossible 7, baby.
That was an honorable mention.
That's an honorable mention. There's something about I think. In my opinion, it peaked at 4. My brother's opinion, the series peaked at 5, even though he loved 6. I love 5 and 6 too, but I think 4 was my favorite. The series is still good. I'm watching them. I can't believe, though, they're still enjoyable this
really
long.
Are.
And the thing is, it's Super Spy Network, so it doesn't get old. You can always have different things. It's so much fun.
So
but they've done 7. They're filming 8.
Don't
oddly
like James Bond.
Never watched a James Bond.
You've never watched
for some reason. James Bond never interested me. Still today.
Well, I won't recommend the final movie to you that just came out because holy crap, bored.
Oh wow,
just me personally, bored out of my mind.
That is the movie that my brother and I see together, and it's always a fun movie to watch.
I'd rather watch that James Bond again before I watch The Eternals, but anyway, I'd rather sit through that long ass James Bond movie again before I would ever watch The Eternals.
I don't think I'm still trudging through it. It's like climbing a mountain. It's terrible.
I'm happy to keep putting rocks on that mountain for you because you need to understand
the things I do for my podcast. What is
No, tell me more. Like the Mission Impossible stuff.
Oh no, I don't even know what the mission is this time.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's going to be fun. They think of unique action scenes.
Yeah.
They did. Which one was the one? It was 5, which I'll admit, my brother has a point. Probably one of the best things was when Tom Cruise was on the airplane.
Right.
And he wanted the real shot.
Yeah.
And that was in 5. That was the opening shot where he hung on, not a stunt double, and it's all real. That camera is angled where you're seeing it take off and everything. You like real effects? Well, then you're going to love 5. And I understand why my brother said, no, that's where it peaked. I said, well, no, that scene is one of the most, that scene's the apex scene in Mission Impossible.
Exactly. Literally.
And, he still has done other, and he got kind of sidetracked in 6 because he injured himself during the filming, and so they had to play it easy for a lot of the movie, and you could tell. And the thing is, I wouldn't have liked that movie, but I understood with plaguing injuries, he had to refrain from some action scenes. So I gave it a pass. But I'm ready for 7, ready to go.
Wow. Yeah.
We'll catch up with the Fast and Furious movies before you know
it. No, I'm super excited about Mission Impossible as well because it's because of the practical stunts that they do. Like, I'm all about that. Anything where CG is not included, I'm all in for that.
Yeah, it's great. Number 2.
Jeez. I had made this list and I left it there, and it was Doctor Strange 2 is what it is.
Okay. All right.
And
yeah.
Here's the problem that I have, and why I grimace now that I read it again and I realize that it shouldn't be number 2. It's because I watched first one and that rewatch that I was just telling you about, where I went back and I watched Iron Man.
It's not good. It's not good.
No, the first one was just not
Megan and I were bored.
Yeah, it was really boring.
Yeah,
because same reasoning. It's mainly a CG fest for the
Yeah.
majority of the movie.
Yeah.
And here's the thing that I'm still excited for it. I will still go see it. Is just because I do enjoy the Marvel tie-ins
That's fine.
to everything
Yeah.
else, and it's simplistic, but it works, and I enjoy it. And we've never seen anything like it.
Yeah,
You know?
and it seems to be carrying the quote-unquote main storyline.
Agreed.
Where everything else is doing their own adventure and
Exactly.
introducing themselves into the universe.
And that's why
Yeah.
I'm most interested. Is
Okay,
because of the
that makes
main
sense.
storyline tie-ins
That's
that
fine.
are likely to happen.
That's
stuff
fine.
like that. So
Yeah.
I'm not embarrassed about it.
No,
I'm just
shouldn't be.
I'm just remembering how much I didn't like the first Doctor Strange.
It was
movie.
terrible.
And I cannot for the life of me stop thinking to myself, Benedict Cumberbatch has one of the greatest voices in the history of all cinema. Why are you making him speak in an American accent? And two, who is teaching him how to pronounce his R's? Because it's not working. And it doesn't work. No American in this country speaks with that accent, whatever he's doing.
I know. And there's a lot wrong with Doctor Strange.
Okay.
There's a lot wrong with Doctor Strange. The one thing I did like about Doctor Strange was he couldn't beat the demons, so he created that loop spell.
Right.
That was fun.
Right.
That was fun. And I was like, oh, that's fun.
I've come to bargain.
But at that
100,000 times.
But that time I was like, then I thought, oh wait, this is the only part in this movie that's caught my interest. Because it's not
most
that
of it's
good.
CG and just not impressive.
It's not good.
And that's the thing with CG movies as well, is that even since the days of Jurassic Park, which was mainly practical effects, any movie that has leaned on CG too much, it's so dated so fast.
Yeah.
Like episode
or
1
it's just
of Star
it just
Wars,
looks a mess.
It looks terrible.
I mean, now you're making me feel bad. My number one pick was Transformers 17. I'm kidding.
It is not.
No, it'd never be. My number one is simple. It's the number one movie I can't wait to go see. I wonder if my dad will go see it with me in theaters. I think it will. It is John Wick 4.
Shut your mouth.
I love the John Wick movies.
Number one.
He does his own stunts.
Movie.
And he is amazing. And Keanu Reeves is amazing. And I've always loved Keanu Reeves. I finally showed him to Dad this summer. And Dad is falling in love with John Wick.
Okay.
And so hopefully he'll go see. I mean, I don't know. Megan would go see this with me too. But
I'll go see John Wick with you.
Oh, really? Okay, good.
Yeah.
John Wick. The first one's great. The second one's okay. More gunplay, which I wasn't a fan of. But the third one is so incredible. It was so incredible. I could not laughing, not because it was funny, but laughing because I was enjoying it so much. Right. I was laughing because I remember it just rocking back and forth,
movies like that,
and talking to Megan, going, "I cannot believe how good this is," and I just could not stop smiling and laughing and going, "Yeah!" I was so entertained,
exactly,
from beginning to end. And I think the last movie that I was laughing because I was enjoying it so much was Baby. Have you seen Baby Driver?
No, but I want to.
Oh my Lanta, Baby Driver! I did not. We couldn't get tickets to the last Spider-Man movie that came out beforehand, and I was pissed. I was like, "What? They sold us tickets, but there weren't no seats."
What?
And I was they oversold it, and so we were pissed. Well, I know CJ was going to go see Baby Driver. I said, "Do you want us to go see that stupid movie that CJ wanted to go? That CJ and Emily are seeing?" So we said, "Okay." And I was pissed because I wanted to see Spider-Man, and they oversold our seats. Now we have to pay for tickets to see this crappy movie I'd never heard of. And I watched it, and I was like, "Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! It's so good. It is it." And then I'm an idiot because the joke there is a big inside joke the whole time, and they let privy people in on it.
Don't spoil it for me.
I'm not.
Okay.
But it's just there, and it's a song they play at the end of the movie. And I just kind of held my head down. I was like, why did I not see? Because it's not based off that song, but there is a key component from the song.
Sort of like when we were playing
that explains the movie.
And Back to the Future came on.
Yes.
And we were like, how did we not see that this is Back to the Future?
Do you know the premise?
No, I don't know anything about it. The reason I want to see it is just because of this one thing. It was playing in the background on like a random TV with no audio. And one thing that I don't know if I mentioned it during the Gene Wilder podcast is that he he would watch movies with no audio, and I think I did talk about that. How he
Okay.
would turn off the music and turn off the sound, just watch the movie with cinematography. So he knew if he wanted to work with that director or not. Can he handle a camera?
Gotcha.
Can you tell a story
Yeah.
without dialogue and without audio? And do I care? And
Right.
is the lighting good and that kind of thing? How's the lighting set design, and etc. Anyway, the opening shot of Baby Driver is one long contiguous shot, and that the movie was on, and I was like, "What is this?" Because it got my attention with the long shot, which is rare. And anytime that they make a big deal about that, and it just stays on the one actor for the whole time, like the hallway fight scene in Daredevil, season 1, oh my gosh, just magnificent.
That's from a music video. He did
the walk that they did.
Baby Driver is based off a music
video. Is the song played?
He directed a music video. No. He directed a music video, but that's where he got the idea. I think from Baby Driver, said I could do this make this into a movie.
Wow!
So he just extended it, made it into a movie. Music is essential.
Okay.
And this,
so you got to turn the music on, but to really get it.
But music is an essential part of the story.
Okay. But you got to hear that ending song.
If you get it.
Okay.
If you get it. Because when they started playing, immediately when they started playing, I was like, why are they playing? And I immediately hummed the whole lyric. And I was like, no! And Meg's like, what? I said, listen for it.
There it is.
And she was like, what did he say? I was like, but I kind of explained it to her. But anyway,
that's awesome. So, I want to see it just because of the opening shot and anything like that. It's
well worth it.
It's sold.
We can watch that sometime.
I would love to watch that.
I'd love that movie.
And things like I didn't like the movie Lincoln that much. Did you see that?
No, I never saw that.
There Will Be Blood guy.
Yeah, my brother loves him. I can't think of his name, but
he's a good actor. But that whole opening or that whole big long
Daniel Day-Lewis. He's not perfect though, because those movies kind of go, and at that point it's more like I just want to do a picture I want to make or I want to be in, and I don't care how good it is. I just want to do it.
It's just that during one of his big speeches, it's got a long, drawn out thing that doesn't cut, and it's great. I love that so much.
What's number one?
Number one,
Zero Crossover
is the same. Maybe not the same number one I had last year, but it was Top Gun.
You know what? That was an honorable mention, and I had it in my top 5.
It was last year's original, and it's been pushed back now for 3 years.
And that's the thing. That's why it dropped.
Because we don't expect it to see it this year.
Well, I have lost excitement for it. I was super excited. Remember I told you about it.
I know.
I was talking about this. And then the last year, it got pushed back to the end of the fall. Okay, December. Okay, next year.
May.
Okay. May, all right. You know what? Now I don't. I mean, I'm going to go see it. I'm going to go see it. Let me just say, I'm going to go see it. But now, no, you got an honorable mention now. Yeah. You would. It was on my top 5 last year, probably. It is not my top 5 this year because now I just got to see. It may be one of the best movies this year.
That was what I thought our guaranteed number 1 crossover was going to be.
And I changed it yesterday, last night, and I bumped it out of the 5 spot because I said, no, you don't deserve it because you've been teasing me for too long.
You bumped it for an animated.
A cat. By the way, I didn't have a single, and I was kind of surprised by this, and not when I saw it was being released. I don't have a single superhero movie on mine. No, I just realized that now. It was not done on purpose. Batman was also honorable mention, but at the same time, I'm like, no, you got to prove yourself because DC sucks.
It really has sucked.
And so I'm not excited about any. I'll go see it. Like I said, I'll go see this movie. But I am not excited because DC sucks. And I love DC, but I want. And they just can't get. Like there's an Aquaman movie coming out in December or something.
I'm still giving them the benefit of the doubt. Aquaman, I'm done with. That first one was atrociously bad.
It was too long and too drawn out. It had great parts in it, but Anyway, so there you go. Hey, folks, what movies did we miss that are in your top 5?
Have we screwed up? Should we strap ourselves to the outside of a plane and do our own stunts?
The only thing that we've done wrong is watch the Eternals. On a Saturday.
Maybe you'll finish it by next Saturday morning.
Samoflange.